You know what? The very essence of being an entrepreneur is to really find your purpose.
Mm.
Doing business isn't just about building your wealth or making a lot of money. It's really not just about that. It's really more
Yeah.
on people building other people.
Hello, Tycoons. This is Fibo Lim, and welcome to our Fibo Lim Show podcast. And in this podcast, we interview the best of the best entrepreneurs in the country to share with you their struggles, their wins, and how they got started so that you know how you can implement it in your own business and be inspired by their stories as well. Now, here in this podcast, 2 weeks ago, I messaged her. We actually knew each other like years ago. We were in an organization called SK, and it's unbelievable because so yung quick backstory on how I got them to this podcast is we've been friends, and I've been seeing her posts, pero hindi ko pa rin maintindihan because there are we see a lot of posts, testimonials, case studies, and all of those things, pero ang nangyayari is I was not quite sure if it was her product or she was just selling it, or all of those things. But I had a team member of mine, okay, in my team, who shared na about Lumiere daw. Sabi ko, wait, I heard that name. Can you give me more detail of that? So yun, nag-share siya, tapos ito daw nangyari. Sabi ko, oh wow. So that's the time na I sent her a message. Sabi ko, Dan, can I invite you in the podcast? I wanna dive in deeper. I wanna learn from you, and most probably my followers will also would want to learn from you. And thank God she said yes, and that's what brought them here in this podcast today, to uncover the secrets behind their success, to uncover ano yung mga struggles na pinagdaanan nila to get to where they are today. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the founders of Lumiere, Danica and Chris. So Dan and Chris, thank you so much for accepting and being on the show.
Thank you too, Fib.
Thank you for having us.
Nice. So of course, just like what usual interviews, yung flow ng usual interviews, diba? We usually start with the backstory, but this time we wanna know, how did Lumiere start, and when did it start? Can you share with us?
Okay, sure. Actually, it started with a very small dream. Very small dream, nothing grand, nothing big. With the intention to help and to make a side hustle. But because at that time I was just in a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
So out of I hate to say this, but out of boredom, I started to think of another side hustle. So that's how it really started.
Wow. So when, like, do you have an idea anong year? When did it start? Like, I still remember that parang you invited me to talk, you invited me as a speaker sa City Hall. I think, were you working there ba?
Yes,
during that
I was
time,
working in City Hall.
Okay. During that time, did Lumiere start already or hindi pa?
No,
or
not yet. I think that was 2018, right? When I invited you. Lumiere came 2019.
Wow.
2019 early, May 2019 to be exact. So it's our probably second year now.
Wow. So early. Like, amazing. And the reason why I say so early, because I've seen a lot of businesses, and most of them usually thrive on the 5th year onwards pa. Parang yung first 5 years is like building the foundation,
and true.
That's why to be honest, parang hindi ako niniwala na parang parang ang bilis naman, because the last time like you invited me as a speaker, parang I didn't hear about it yet, and then eventually I heard about it. Sabi ko like what happened? Are they the resellers, or are they I'm not sure. So parang I confirmed that when like a team member of mine shared with me na, oy, ito malupit. A team member of mine shared with me na distributor daw siya, reseller daw siya. not just one, okay? But I don't know, I didn't ask all of them, but yung isang team member shared with me. And then we discovered that another team member has been using your product as well. And that's what parang shocked me ba na parang, whoa, like something is going on here. So
small world.
Amazing. Anyways, so I wanna by the way, it's okay. And my subscribers, my followers would love really na you would be able to share, your struggles. It's mas maganda nga if you're able to share, stories that's not publicly known. Stories na kayo lang, kasi sometimes failures, we tend to hide it eh. Kasi akala natin pag
that's true.
Failures, parang people are laughing at us, making fun of us. Pero dito sa community namin, just to give an idea, the more failures you have, the more you get praise. Kasi I've been telling them na the key to success is to have more failures. And as early as possible, fail fast, fail differently. So parang they get more inspired with all these failures, right? Amazing.
Yeah,
anyways, so 2019. So I want to understand better, like, how did the idea come up? Tapos, how did it start? Like the baby start talaga na. I'm sure you were selling it by yourself, formulating it, or were you reselling it? Were you reselling another product first before you formulate your own? Can you share with us?
Oh, okay. I actually am into skincare. So before pa, I really love to use skincare, and I dreamt of having my own skincare line.
Wow.
And at that time, luckily I found someone who has a connection to a big manufacturer here in the Philippines. So I tried contacting them. And fortunately, she answered and she helped me. Actually, she helped me with everything. And I actually started with just 100 sets, right?
Fewer, I think.
Or 50 sets. I actually started with 50 sets. I'll just give you a background about Lumiere. Lumiere is actually a local brand. And all the formulators, the chemists, and the manufacturers are actually Filipinos. So it is. I'm really proud to say that it is Filipino. It is a Filipino brand.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes, and I actually started with 50 sets, I guess. 50 sets in a month. I was actually having a hard time selling it because the market was already crowded. The market was already, not really sure because I am competing with a big brand. So at first I was really asking myself if I can do it because who am I to compete with them?
Yeah.
Who am I to compete with a big brand who is already in the market for 5 to 10 years? So I think that was the biggest struggle there. Letting people know that Lumiere exists.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that because as skincare, maraming skincare eh. There are skincare na that's on the pharmacy. May skincare na a lot of network marketings are selling, and that's what caught my attention because I know it's a market that has a lot of demand, but at the same time it's a market that has a lot of competition. So parang what shocked me and what made me parang napabilib ako, it's because I have a lot of friends who are selling skincare, coffee, and all these physical products. Pero ito yung difference nila. They were successful building an e-commerce business. Kumaga, before they developed their own brand, they were selling different products and they were making millions selling different products. And when they created their own brand, well, madali na lang because they knew marketing, they knew how to sell, how to market. Pero doon ako parang napabilib kasi parang like how is this possible na when we met Dan, I'm not sure if my background was sa e-commerce or but how did that parang up until now hindi ko pa rin mag-gets, and that's why I had this interview like what made the difference, right? Anyway, sige,
Okay.
before we proceed muna to that question, no. I wanted to continue sharing na you started with 50 sets and then question pala on that. Were you selling ba skincare products na that was
Before.
not yours before? Yes
No, I
or no?
actually did not. No.
Okay. So kumbaga, like the
So
first skincare na you
basically
were selling.
Lumiere. Basically Lumiere was my very first skincare na,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm actually selling.
Okay. Wow. And so when you were producing this 50 sets, when you were getting started, did you already quit your job or were you doing this as a side hustle while working 9 to 5?
It was a pure side hustle. I actually did not quit my job yet. It took me more than a year because I need to build my business first. I need a backup plan. So I
Yeah.
need to have an income before before starting my business.
Right. Amazing. Um, may I know, magandang topic to because ako, yeah, kasi maraming nakaka-relate nito because a lot of people want to be entrepreneurs and even if they just had the idea, parang sabi nila, I'm gonna get rich, I'm gonna quit my job and, but ikaw, you were thinking logically na kailangan may stability while,
Yes,
kailangan may peace of mind before
you do business.
moving fully, to being a full-time entrepreneur. Pero I want to ask how, with that 1 year, when did you decide na, okay, it's time for me. It's time for me to be a full-time entrepreneur.
Probably the trigger was during the pandemic. It was during COVID time. Because at that
Okay.
time I was already thinking that Lumiere is going to shrink because of course logistics and
Yeah.
everything. But to our surprise, we doubled or even tripled the sales
Wow.
during pandemic. So it
Wow.
was it was also a blessing.
Yeah.
And by the time I started to earn a lot,
Yeah.
and that's when I
Okay.
decided to resign. Yeah.
This was 2020?
That, yeah, that was November 2020. I quit my job.
Whoa. Whoa. Wala pang isang taon pala. Wala pang anniversary.
Yes, wala pa.
Whoa. Oh. Amazing. Anyway, so sorry I went a little ahead ba, pero hindi ko pa rin magets like when you had this 50 sets, how were you selling it? Were you immediately looking for distributors or were you looking for consumers to sell? Ano ba yung play mo dito?
Yes.
What was your strategy?
My strategy was to really test the product first. Because nobody will believe me if they don't see me, using it. If they don't see the results. And I was not inviting resellers. I was not inviting distributors at that time because for me, I am better off alone selling it. And I think I'm still, I'm still shy to invite people to sell my product, which is not actually known in the market yet. So at that time, it was really a struggle to let people know about Lumiere. So
Okay.
I was already in the verge of giving up after 1 month because it was hard for me to sell 50 sets in a month.
Okay.
But I am really happy to tell you that few people trusted me with the brand. And after like few weeks, they have started giving me feedback, which I started to upload, which I started to post, and then people started seeing my post, and probably at that time they were already convinced that product is effective.
Got it. I'm sure na yung formulation, how long did the formulation take before you officially started to market it?
Actually, 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months because I had it reformulated. I had it
Mm,
reformulated because when I'm not satisfied with the result, I really
mm,
don't want to market it.
mm, mm. Okay. So you had it reformulated within those 2 to 3 months time frame?
Yes, yes,
Or okay.
yes.
When you when you had this product, hindi ka ba takot na what if it would make hindi mag-work? Or worse, it would kasi may mga products na nung tipong when you apply it, nag-worsen. Parang dumadami yung
Yes, yes,
pimples
that's
mo.
true.
Hindi ka ba takot? Especially ikaw yung gumagamit na parang,
Actually,
um,
actually, the fear was there, but it really pays to know your product. You have to have a
mm,
knowledge about the product before marketing it. So you
mm,
need to, from the ingredients to the formula, you need to study it before you market it.
okay. Okay. Alright.
That
Sige,
I
so,
think that is why knowledge is very powerful.
right, right. Yeah, later on, I'm gonna ask, marami akong questions, honestly, no? So parang,
Sure.
nahihirapan ako, anong unahin ko? So parang I'm going through muna from how you started to where you at today. Okay, so anyways, so when you were formulating this product, so, and you were starting to sell it, anong pumunta sa mind mo na, and I'm gonna ask you now, parang, what makes your product different? Like I think you have like soap and stuff, but why don't I just buy soap from the
From the other
the
brand.
yeah, from the other brand, from grocery, or from other MLM companies? Or bakit, what makes your product different ba?
Um, you know what? There are a lot of good products in the market already. Um, Lumiere provides um, probably better products because we really
Mm,
study our product. We have
mm,
formulators, we have chemists, and we make
mm,
sure that our ingredients, our formula is
mm,
really, high quality. We don't
mm.
use low cost materials. And
Yeah,
aside from that, we actually can offer. We give value to our product. We actually have a lot of feedback and testimonies
yeah,
from people who
right,
are actually using it.
right,
And
right.
those
Yeah.
are actually unsolicited feedback. We don't
Mm,
really ask them to give us feedback, but they willingly give it to us.
mm.
So
Yeah, yeah,
I think that is our edge. We have a lot of
yeah.
feedback.
Right. Yeah, the reason why I asked that kasi nakakapagtaka because I have a friend na yun nga um kumbaga nagka-result, and then sabi niya Lumiere lang daw yan. Sabi ko, that's why I'm asking na what makes a product different? Bakit nung sinubukan niya yung ibang product, bakit hindi nag-work? Bakit hindi siya satisfied? Bakit nung sinubukan niya yung Lumiere, bakit nag-work yun? So that's why
Hmm.
I got really curious, no. And I think I heard na your products are organic. Did I hear that right?
Um,
Na
actually, actually, it's not. The term is not really organic because
mm,
in skincare we do not actually use that one.
mm,
Um, but we have a lot of ingredients coming from plant-based ingredients.
mm,
So, but
mm.
it is mixed with chemicals, of course, but
Right, right.
safe one. Okay.
Got it. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, understand. So when you were starting with this 50 sets, did you go all in ba? Or did you have like an emergency fund? I want to understand the finance part. Like, did you go all in and then dumating ba sa point na naubos yung capital mo? Or can you share with me about how you started?
Actually, Chris and I had savings already before we started the business,
Mm,
and we
mm,
used a portion of it to build Lumiere.
mm.
And then I had some friends to ask them if they can, if they wanted to be like the term investors, and
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna give them the amount, triple the
yeah,
amount, or double the
yeah,
amount
yeah, yeah,
after after Lumiere succeeds. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So
Oh,
we are
okay.
just
Got it.
basically, you know, playing the money well,
Right,
but we did
right,
not go. It's not really all out.
right. Hindi ka ba takot na when you were letting people invest, um, parang you had more obligations kasi may mga anak ka na kailangan i-return yung pera? Or were you very confident ba na, no, I'm like, this is gonna work?
At that time, I was really confident that it's gonna work. I had nothing to lose. I actually can return the money to them if I wanted to. And these people are actually my, the trusted people in my life. So yes, it's not really a big deal.
Nice. Okay, so now I want to understand as well, kasi maraming employees ngayon na they tell themselves they can't start a business because they're too busy or they're too stressed out or wala silang time. I want to understand, like, how did you start Lumiere even if you had 9 to 5? Kasi what we don't know, most probably, let's say, busy yung work mo and then pagdating sa gabi, you just want to rest. Pagdating sa weekend, you want to take yourself. So where did you work on with Lumiere? How did you work with your schedule while having a full-time job?
Actually, I was just juggling. Chris and I were juggling both work and business. And you know what? Online business is really flexible. You can do it anytime. You can do it even inside the classroom or inside the comfort room, just anywhere. So juggling it, marketing it was not really a problem, but meeting up with people, because at that time I used to deliver products, to meet up with people. We do scheduled meetups. I think that was the hardest part of it, because I can only Chris and I can only meet or deliver the products during weekends.
Right. So do you think na since weekends lang ma-deliver, parang nasuslow yung growth ng konti? Because like, what if someone orders on Monday, so that person waits until Friday or Saturday, and then or do you think na it was a normal thing kasi at that time you didn't have enough supply yet because you were still testing the product and testing the market pa?
It's actually both. It's both. Aside from I don't have a lot of supplies, not being able to give the order on time really slows down the momentum of the business.
Right.
So it's really important to have both time and supply.
Right. I want to ask this because the number one problem ng mga businesses is cash flow. What this means is it's possible that a business has revenue, has income, pero they are short of cash. Did you have problems? The reason I'm asking this because most businesses that involves a lot of inventory, physical products, yun yung maging problem nila. Tipong, especially sa e-commerce, pag cash on delivery, I was able to experience this. You know, you buy a product, it takes you like 2 to 4 weeks or even more para mabalik yung pera mo kasi it's cash on delivery, you have to wait for delivery and all of those things. Were you able to experience this at the early stage of the business ba na you had cash flow problems, or so far wala naman?
Most of our clients are actually based in Cebu, so we don't really offer cash on delivery or something like that. So we didn't really have that problem before. And then during my off times or my after work, after shift, I usually meet up with people that are not able to meet up during weekends. So that's one of my roles before.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So moving forward, so parang pinapaikot nyo yung pera while working. So Chris, were you still where were you working before? Or are you still working full time now, or ano ba?
No, not anymore. I was in a call center BPO industry before. And then I was actually in the office, if I remember, 10 hours and 30 minutes, I think. And then most of our customers or clients would request to meet up after my shift around 8 p.m. So that's one of our chances to be able to meet up and then sell our product.
Amazing.
And also the good thing about e-commerce or shall we say, online business is that um, we are able to just post everything online, and then you will just be surprised. Someone will just message you
Yeah.
um, at night or anytime
Yeah.
in the day that they would like to purchase our products. Even
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
office mates.
Right.
So that's a
When
good
did you
thing.
decide to go full-time entrepreneur or to quit your job?
COVID.
Sabay
COVID.
kayo?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Wow.
It was a
because
And
tough
we
decision,
were
but
scared.
wait lang. So
yeah,
may tanong ako ah. COVID happened March. When did your sales or the lockdown happen around March?
Around
When did your
March.
March,
sales around March din? Okay, so March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that's like 8 months before you resign. Why?
yeah.
Bakit 8 months after pa? I mean, I know some people resign after a year, pero parang were you not confident? Parang I think you mentioned na takot kayo. Pero bakit November pa? Like I'm just curious kasi I'm sure that your sales skyrocketed and most people kasi
Hmm.
think na like this is it, like, you know. Pero I want to understand better. Is it you had that
Why?
fear
I think
pa? Yeah.
it's because we can still manage.
And probably
Mm.
because we were enjoying the fact that we are working from home,
Because
so we
Mm.
can
what
we can just juggle both.
what we're earning
Yeah.
from our jobs are the salary we're earning from our jobs are being spent, but
Mm.
that's the
Mm.
leisure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're able to
basically,
spend our salaries for leisure time or
and
uh,
it's really convenient for us at that
Yeah.
time because we were working from home.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
were
yeah.
just enjoying the idea that we work from home.
Yeah.
Nobody supervises us, so we can actually do both business work, like that.
Right. Right. So pero November came. What made you the decision na ano ba? Like let's do it. What made you the decision? I know sales were doing well, pero
Yes, yes.
did something come up na hindi na kaya, wala na akong tulog, wala na akong peace of mind, all of those. Ano ba yung what
Uh,
came into your mind?
True.
The demand.
Actually, the
Mm.
demand of time. At that time I was actually asking for opinions. I was actually asking for signal, for a sign that should this be
Mm.
the right time for me to resign, because of course
Yeah.
I also love my job. That was
Yeah.
the job
Yeah.
that I've been praying for. I,
Wow.
I'm happy to say that I was highly paid in
Yeah.
in my job.
Yeah.
So it was like the hardest part of it was to really decide.
Yeah.
Was to
Yeah.
really decide if I, nobody can serve two masters at the same time. So
Yeah.
I need to decide
Mm.
which path should I take.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think Lumiere won. Lumiere won. So I had my focus
Amazing.
on Lumiere.
Yeah, yeah, amazing. So when you became an entrepreneur, so I want to share with you a story of mine. When I became an entrepreneur, parang all in ako. Pero a time will come na since you have your own time, no one is holding you accountable. Parang, I
Yeah.
can just wake up anytime and sleep anytime and do whatever I
Anytime.
want anytime. And now you become more relaxed because no one is holding you accountable. Do you experience
Yeah.
that ba na entrepreneur kayo and like I have to go back to my work mode? Were you able to encounter that journey ba being a full-time entrepreneur?
Right now, so far, I had no regret
Mm,
resigning because I
yeah.
enjoy what I'm doing right now.
Wow.
Oh yes,
Nice. Alam mo, I really love when you say na you enjoy doing what you enjoy what you're doing now kasi most people start a business because of money eh. And when
yeah,
Mm.
they when
that's
they
true.
when they when they start marketing their product, 1 month, 1 year came, hindi pa rin sila kumita. They quit. The
Mm.
reason why they quit because they're after for the money. Pero if you do
Money.
what you love, you keep on doing it even if you're not getting paid that much because you enjoy doing it. And ang
Yes,
nangyayari because you kept doing it and you enjoy doing it, you do it
yeah,
at your best, parang the money will just come after,
follow. Yes, that's
right?
true.
Yeah, yeah, true. Kasi ako when I made enough money na I can do whatever I want, sabi ko talaga na, what job do I want? Na, kumaga, what is my retirement job? Yung tipong retire na ako, 60 na ako, 70 na ako, but I'm still gonna do it even if I'm not getting paid. And
Yeah.
for me, that was speaking. And a lot of people see me na, uy, you have this brand, you have this, following. Pero what they didn't know is I was applying to become a speaker to different companies and organizations and no one wanted to hire me. But I still did it because I loved what I do.
Yeah.
Dumating yung point na I was speaking for free. I was spending my own money just to talk to a particular audience. Pero parang it's okay because I love what I did eh. And that's how I grew. That's how I built my brand. And I'm letting the audience as well understand this. Na you start a business, you work in a job. Good thing nga na Danica was working in a job na she loves. Yung worse yung iba, they work in a job dahil mataas yung salary and they get miserable in their life. Yun. Yung sa akin baliktad eh. Parang if you're happy what you're doing, money will come after. Hindi baliktad na money first.
Money
and then,
comes first.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Sure.
Amazing. Okay, so moving forward, you're now, I see na meron kayong distributors and resellers. I want to understand, maybe when you got started, yung strategy mo, maybe messaging friends, posting on Facebook. Pero ngayon that I see na maraming stocks, marami kayong sales, what's your current strategy? Do you have distributors? How are you working with? Are you still selling to consumers ba? Or are you focusing to distributors and business to business? Ano yung current strategy?
Right now, we actually have few pioneers and distributors. I call my pioneers, I usually used to call them business partners because they are actually the pioneering people distributing Lumiere.
Yeah.
So I am actually focusing right now with supplying them stocks. I am no longer into retail business, and
right.
I actually don't want to have a lot of distributors. Right. I really value quality over quantity. So these people that I have right now are the best people by far. So they're actually handling their team already.
Okay.
Each of them, they have teams, and the pioneers and distributors are actually very hands-on. I am in direct contact with the pioneers. We actually exchange ideas. We actually learn from each other every day about just about everything, about sales, just about marketing, anything. And
if I may know, how many ilan ba tong pioneers ito? How like if you can give me a range, ilan ba sila?
30.
Probably around 30 to 40 people.
30 to 40.
Right. So these are your friends ba? Are these your friends or
some of them were my friends,
acquaintances,
but majority are acquaintances. I have just met them along Lumiere's journey.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, continue. So, kumbaga, yung pioneers, sila na yung it's their strategy na on distributing or selling the stocks. So they may want to get a distributor. So under them, may distributors pa ba on their own?
Yes, they have. They actually have a team. Under them, they have a team. They work with their team.
Okay.
They are very focused with their team. So it's just basically just like that.
Got it. Okay. How does I'm trying to understand the movement of the cash, no? So parang a distributor or the pioneer will buy the stocks, or parang you're giving out to them on a consignment basis. Paano ba siya nangyayari? Parang mauna yung pera sa inyo, or you distribute first the stocks and then you only get the money when the end consumer buys, and then
Actually, yes. When I first started, I really need the cash. When Lumiere first started, so everything is
yeah.
cash basis. Right now, they have enough funds, they have enough money, they have enough cash to pay me. So it's really 80-20. They pay for the stocks 80%, 20% comes after.
Okay. So dati parang they have to pay first. Kumbaga, kung sa ano nyo, sa side nyo as business owners, yung pioneers buy the stocks in bulk and pay you
Yes,
first. Okay. Tapos
yes,
moving forward, okay. Moving forward, sila na bahala like how they want to ano. So ganun din mangyari sa
yes,
distributors nila. Parang they buy the stocks first before they
yes,
distribute it to the end consumer. Okay.
yes.
That's smart. Actually mas maganda nga yun because hindi masakit sa ulo. Oo.
Mm.
Yung problem nga
So,
lang doon is the distributors. I mean sorry, the pioneers if they have enough cash to buy, but good thing as
yeah,
what you've mentioned.
sure.
Yeah. Do you have something to add ba? Did you say something?
Um,
Or wala?
wala. That's just
Okay,
it.
okay. Right. Okay. Okay. I'm noticing na you have a lot of stocks. I'm not sure if you're out of stock ba most of the time or ano yung current struggles that you're experiencing now in Lumiere?
Right now, it's actually still the number of stocks we have
versus the demand.
versus the demand.
Mm.
Because most of my team, they were already asking for hundreds of thousands of sets, and right now there is still a problem with the logistics. There is especially in cargos, especially with the cargos right now because it will really take them 2 to 3 weeks before they arrive. So
Yeah.
that
Okay.
is our current struggle.
So, okay, ito. Actually, this is a good problem, no? Kasi it's a problem of
Yeah.
scaling and meeting
Yes.
demand. Pero but this is a good problem, but I wanna ask deeper, no? So, hindi ba parang made-disappoint or made-discourage yung distributors or yung consumers kasi, gigil na like, I really want. Kasi
Yes.
people who are currently experiencing some problems na, I really need this product. Some people can't wait for 2 weeks. Some people can't wait for that long. Parang, wag na lang. Hindi ba yun naging struggle nyo sa pioneers, distributors, mga business partners nyo?
It was really a struggle, right?
Yeah.
It was really a struggle because there was a time that we had to wait 2 months before the stock arrived, and majority of them were actually asking me already. They kept calling me already as to when the stock is going to arrive because their distributors were already paying money.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's actually it was bad.
Yeah.
Not to have the stocks on time.
Right,
Because of
right.
course, the people using the product, they're already seeing progress, and then suddenly there is no
Tama.
stocks available.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I agree. Wow. Would you say, sabihin natin, yung stocks nyo is 100, okay? Would you say the demand is 150, 200, 120? Estimate nyo lang, like, ano yung, if 100 lang yung stocks, tingin nyo yung
Okay.
demand, how far it is?
The demand is probably around 500.
Wow. Parang times 5 of
So,
your inventory.
Yes. So actually right now we are already maximizing everything. We're doing whatever we can to fast track all what we need to fast track.
Wow. Insane. What ano ba yung ginagawa niyo na action steps to meet that demand? Like were you looking for a different logistics company or a manufacturing company, a co-packer, or how are you currently solving that problem ba?
So I was actually talking with my manufacturer they were able to hire more people for Lumiere.
Mm.
Okay, because
Yeah.
the problem is manpower in their
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they had to hire more people to manage Lumiere, manage all the
Mm.
products for Lumiere. And then when it comes to logistics, we have found a good partner already.
Yeah.
And I think that was it.
Okay. So it's more on ngayon ba, it's more on the manufacturing problem or the logistics problem? Manufacturing in a sense na ito lang yung ma-produce in a day, or logistics in a sense na it takes so long for the products to be delivered? Ano ba yung mostly
Right now, right now, I think it's more on the manufacturer's side
Mm,
because I was ordering hundreds of thousands of sets already, and per day they can only make probably around 20,000 sets a day.
yeah,
So
yeah,
20,000 sets a day, that's basically 80,000 pieces
yeah,
because one set is has four products. So that's
right.
80,000 pieces a day. But they're actually addressing it already. They are
Mm,
hiring more people to work with Lumiere's products.
wow. Okay. By the way, I'm up until now I'm still amazed by your growth. I think let's wrap it up no. Ano yung tingin mo? What is the number one reason that brought Lumiere to where it is today? What made that shift na parang aside from the pandemic, pero
Okay.
what tingin mo, like what did you do? Ano yung nangyayari that made that spike up?
I think it's really about the values. You know what? The very essence of being an entrepreneur is to really find your purpose.
Mm,
Doing business isn't just about building your wealth or making a lot of money or,
right.
you know, it's really not just about that. It's really more
Yeah.
on people building other people. Because
Mm,
in our community in Lumiere, we actually help one another. We, you know what,
mm,
men building men, women building other women. So we actually
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
There's no
yeah.
competition, just, you know what, just people helping other people. So I think that's it. You need to really find your purpose. And I think that's what people see in Lumiere. Majority, that, you know what, most probably other brands don't really have. We really
Yeah.
practice the culture of helping one another,
Right.
building one
Kumbaga,
another.
kumbaga you're telling me it's the relationship of your team, of your
Yes.
distributors. Got it. I agree.
And with our consumers too.
Consumers, I agree. Alam mo ba na I just want to share with you that I've been following kasi an entrepreneur sa US, and what he does, his name is Marcos Limones, and what he does is he invests in failing businesses. And
Yeah.
and do you know in just a span of months, kaya niyang to make a business that's not profitable to becoming profitable. And do you know what he does? All he does is to strengthen the relationship of the business owners. Kasi,
Mm. True.
kasi etong nangyayari, the number one is isa sa mga reasons why a business fails. It's because of the relationship of the business owners and the team members or the employees.
Yes.
And ang nangyayari is, nakita ko yung pattern na yung ginagawa, yes, there's marketing and products and stuff, pero yung repetitive talaga na the reason why nafe-fail yung business because of the relationship. And now, when he comes in, para siyang nagiging relationship coach na, uy, bakit
Mm.
ganito? Bakit ganon? And when he fixed that relationship, everything now becomes so smooth. So I
Yeah.
totally agree with that na having that relationship, having that culture is the foundation on
Yes, it is
building
very
the brand.
foundation. Yeah.
Right. Agree. So, to wrap it up, what is your vision of Lumiere ba? How do you see it 10 years down the road? Can you share with us?
Probably like what our vision. You know what? We really want to help more people. You know, because right now we have already produced financially stable women.
Mm.
They were actually earning more than enough,
Yeah.
and at the
Yeah.
same time, while earning, we were helping other people's concerns.
Yeah.
So right now, the vision is to really create more financially free individuals.
Yeah.
And what else?
Yeah. I
I think
understand.
that to
Agree.
sustain.
Yeah, to sustain our intention to help, and to sustain our intention to create more financially stable individuals. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. So how any last words you'd want to say if you were given if this is your last speech to share to the world, especially to startup entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs who are affected by what's happening now, and they may be, kumbaga they're struggling, and ano ba
Mhm.
yung number one piece of advice mo sa kanila?
Um, I think it's okay to fail. My number one advice is to fail all you want, because
Yeah.
your business thrives when you start failing. Because that
Mm,
only means that you are learning. You are learning a lot of things, and because majority of us don't want to start because
mm,
Yeah.
we are afraid
Yeah.
to fail.
yeah.
And I think we should just break that idea. Failing isn't bad at all.
Mm,
Failing is just really part of the process. And another thing is that you need to have the urgency to start. Time is
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You don't need to know a lot of things to start. You just have to really start the process,
Mm, agree. Agree.
especially
Amazing.
to the young ones. You just
Yeah.
start.
Amazing.
Eventually, you'll
I
learn.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Dan and Chris, most probably, there's a lot of people watching this podcast natin or this video natin. Where can they follow Lumiere? Where can they work with you? Where can they buy your products? Go ahead.
Um, okay, I'm just going to show you the our paper bags.
Mhm.
If it should. Um, you can find us on Facebook. Our Lumiere page is Lumiere Skin Vitals Philippines. Please follow us, and you can drop a message there. And also, you can contact us via our personal accounts, Danica Ana Mysterio and Christopher Villanueva. Thank you so much.
Right. Lumiere Skin, ano yun? Lumiere Skin
Vitals
Vitals
Philippines.
Vitals
Philippines.
Philippines. All right. And in my YouTube, I'm gonna be dropping the links as well to their personal accounts and also to their Facebook page if in case you'd want to buy their products or work with them. Dan, Chris, I really want to thank you for your time, sharing your knowledge, expertise, and yung journey nyo in starting Lumiere. I'm sure maraming na-inspire, maraming uh, God blessed you so that you're able to bless the world. And now you're actually doing that by sharing your experience and inspiring more Filipino entrepreneurs. So I appreciate your time, Dan and Chris. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, I want you to go ahead, click subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you're gonna get notified every time we publish new videos. This is Fibo Lim. Achieve success, live with happiness, and enjoy the good life. See you in our next interview.